We are gathered here today to discuss Jake Paul's round 1 knockout against Andre August. Who could have seen this coming? I think a lot of people, actually. I kind of saw this coming, but I will say I did not see it coming in round 1. I personally thought we were going to see a round 4, 5, or 6 finish, but Jake Paul went in there, got it done in 1, made some quick money, and bounced. My thought process of picking a later round prediction was that I thought Jake was going to try to showcase his new skills a little bit more, show off a little more of the technical boxing. But I think it was pretty clear that Andre August was timid in there. He did not want to throw, and that was bad news from the get-go. Jake Paul could definitely sense that. The knockout was there. He saw an opportunity, and he took it. I see a lot of people debating back and forth online saying this was an amazing knockout. It's huge for Jake Paul. What a great performance. And the other side, I see people saying this was an absolutely horrible opponent. Obviously, he's going to get a knockout like that. And for me, I'm kind of sitting somewhere in between those takes. I do think it was a very impressive knockout. And I also think it wasn't against the greatest opponent. But I think even considering the lesser opponent, I think he was skilled enough of an opponent to where it is still pretty impressive. I'm impressed with that performance from Jake Paul. I actually thought, aside from the knockout, that Jake was looking very sharp in there. I feel like we definitely didn't see all that Andre August had to show. I feel like he wasn't as bad as he looked in there. I definitely think the moment got to him and his nerves were going crazy. He has definitely not been in a fight, any situation like this one, and I think it got to his head. He even told Ariel Helwani in the back that he didn't want to talk before the fight. He seemed nervous, and it was like he didn't even want to go out there. Jake Paul, he's been here before. He's going to be able to showcase his skills, especially against a lesser-known opponent. So yeah, overall, for the performance, Jake Paul, I'm impressed. I thought he was going to get the job done, but in a later round. However, the question is always, after a fight, what's next? Jake Paul didn't take any damage in this fight. It was a less talked about fight than any of his other ones. People are going to want to see him back in action soon, and I know he wants to stay active as well. And after his win, he said that he already knows who his next opponent is, and the announcement will be made next week. And in terms of Jake Paul opponents, I feel like there's kind of 3 options at the moment. I feel like the first option is for Jake to fight lesser known opponents, lesser known boxers who have a smaller amateur background similar to Andre August. Number 2 is those MMA retired money fights. We all know Jake Paul loves them. They draw in a good amount of publicity. It's good for both guys. Jake Paul seems to usually always win them, and it's where he can get the biggest combat sports names aside from other professional boxers who he's clearly not ready for. And then number 3 is the KSI fight, which we're obviously not getting next, unfortunately. Those are the 3 really routes Jake Paul has at the moment as I see it. If only Jake Paul and KSI could just somehow figure out a way to get these negotiations going, get them figured out, please. But no, that's not happening. So, he just fought Andre August. I don't think he's going to do that again. I don't think he's going to want to take 2 unknown fighters back to back. I think he is going to continue it again at some point. I think he's going to fit one in pretty much after every big fight just to build up his record more. But since I don't think that's happening, I think we're left with an MMA fighter. I think Jake Paul's next fight is going back to the MMA community. I could see it being somebody like a Jorge Masvidal or maybe even like a Darren Till. I don't know. Someone in that field. Unless thinking right now, maybe a old boxer, someone who's like in their 40s who isn't what they used to be, I guess that's kind of on the table too. We know Jake Paul likes to fight older fighters. And if he's going to fight a boxer, it's going to have to be an older fighter. Wait, also just thought of, I guess there's also an opportunity for a Tommy Fury rematch. I don't want to see that right now, to be honest. I don't want to really see Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury 2. I would like to see him fight other guys at the moment. Maybe in the future we can come back to it. But me personally, nah, I don't need it. But those are my thoughts. Who do you think Jake Paul will be fighting next? Could it be Tommy Fury? Could it be Jorge Masvidal? Could it be me? We may never know. Or maybe we'll find out next week. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more boxing content and updates. The support is much appreciated. Thank you for watching. I said that twice. Peace.